Good morning and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison, and we're certainly glad to have you. And as always, we're happy for our sponsors, BTC Fiber. And you can see this program on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's Channel 18. And today we have with us Larry Sprouse and Jacob Haynes, and they're with Sprouse Insurance and Realty. Is that how you?
Well, it's Sprouse Insurance Group and then Sprouse Realty and Auction.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure on the title there. I knew it was involved quite a bit, so well, that's good. Well, first of all, Larry, you've been in insurance for a good while, haven't you?
Yes, I have, and let me also say too, we appreciate having us on today. We appreciate to be here. We appreciate the chance to be here. Really got an insurance license in '84, and of course, Sprouse Insurance Group, we've been since 2011, so about 11 years with it. So, also in '84 got a real estate license and an auctioneer's license. So it's been 38 years or so in both.
Wow.
And have enjoyed every minute of it and still do.
Well, good. That's good that you enjoy it. And Jacob, how long have you been involved?
I've been in both businesses going on 3 years this summer. So
Okay.
it's been great.
Well, good. Now, in the insurance, for example, what all do y'all cover in your insurance? What do you have?
We're an independent agent that basically can do, I guess, almost everything. In other words, we do not do many personal lines. In fact, I don't have my own homeowners or car insurance. We are commercial, about 95%, and then about 5% health insurance, which we offer a variety of plans, through Blue Cross. We, also, since we're an independent agent, then we can deal with a variety of companies in order to get the best deal with the best premium and the best coverage possible. So it gives us a chance, though, to really take care of our customers if they call in. Probably we are probably a little stronger in workers' comp. And health insurance is competitive because those prices are pretty much set, but
Right.
We do a considerable amount of general liability for contractors. We also have a program where we cover the state with governmental entities, providing coverage for them in general liability and property and auto. So anyway, being an independent agent, we're not necessarily tied to a particular company, but we do have the chance to, shop it around and get the best deal possible.
I know a lot of times that insurance is confusing to people because they go with one insurance company and they think, well, that sounds good, but then they don't realize all their options are out there as well.
That's true, and of course, anytime that that you have insurance with, particularly like homeowners and car insurance, I do not recommend changing unless there's a significant difference in it, because certainly if you've been with someone for 15, 20 years, they're probably going to be more tolerant if something happens where you have a claim versus if you change and with somebody new.
Right.
So we recommend just pretty much stay, unless again there's significant difference, maybe in pricing, but it should be significant in order to change. So.
Well, and insurance as well. I know sometimes people think, well, insurance is expensive, but it's expensive to replace what you miss if something happens.
Right. I've not had anybody yet, when they had a claim, thought they had too much insurance.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the fact that we try to insure things to value, replacement cost on property coverage and all that we do, and but it is confusing to a lot of people, just co-insurance, and some of those clauses people don't understand for the most part, but we generally try to cover that so they understand before something happens. They understand, up front. So it generally works out pretty good.
Yeah, because it's hard to replace all those things that would go
Right.
if you'd had to replace them at face value.
Yes, by all means. And, also we recommend, particularly on personal property, maybe that you take a video. Just go through the house if you have a home, although again, we don't do homeowners, but just as a suggestion to our commercial clients, though, that have personal property, make a video. And that way, because believe it or not, if you try to write down everything that's in your dining room now,
Yeah.
you might miss something. So now the other side of it, I've had people before say, well, if I make a video, they may say I was planning on a loss. So, but it would be good to do that, and that way you can remember, what all you have in the case of personal property. So,
Well, like a case where if you were a business that had a lot of tools, because you go in and that's expensive. You had to go and buy them today.
Oh, definitely. And again, there's no way, and I have a variety of tools, but there's no way that I could list all those now.
No.
Just, from knowledge or whatever, or it'd take me a while anyway. So, again, some type of video, something that would let you know what you had in case of the loss.
Right. Well, now concerning your realty, I know realty today has really just gone out crazy, hasn't it?
It definitely has. By far, things over the last 2 or 3 years have practically doubled. And Jacob does most of our work in the real estate, although I'm still involved. If we do an auction, of course I'm still licensed to do that. But Jacob takes care of most of that, so and is doing an excellent job with it. So.
Well, Jacob, do you see a lot of? I know here recently, within the past 2 years, there's been a lot of people from out of state coming in, moving in. In some cases, people buy things sight unseen.
Right.
And that seems like that's kind of popular.
It's happening. I'm telling you. So we've had properties come up. Had one in Pikeville a while back that a couple put an offer in on it from New Jersey. Homesteader couple that had a lot of animals. They put an offer on it without seeing it. Drove down that weekend, saw it, drove all the way back up to New Jersey, and then drove back a month later to close. Wow. After they got it, all the way from New Jersey both ways. So it's incredible the amount of out-of-state action that you get on properties and land out here nowadays.
Right, and I've been keeping up, and it seems like Tennessee is one of the faster growing states.
Absolutely.
One of the fastest growing states with people coming in and they're looking for property, and it's out there. You just got to find it.
It's just, you're not going to get much better than Tennessee. And when you're living in some states, like California, New York, higher income, your money goes longer here. They're able to put in offers that are more competitive, cash even sometimes, that just blow the local market out of the water.
Right.
And so they can pretty much take their pick of what they want around here.
Well, I know of one individual. He was from New Jersey, and he said he was paying just in property tax $25,000 a year. And I thought, man, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Property tax.
It is.
And so you stay pretty busy with your realty then?
We do. We stay pretty busy. We've got a listing up on Flat Top Mountain right now. Great piece of property, bluff views that you're not going to find anywhere else. But yes, we've been busy here in Dunlap as well as in the Chattanooga market. We don't only do residential homes, but I also like to specialize in investment properties and being sort of an asset for people to find them properties in terms of investments in Chattanooga, whether that's a fix or flip or rental properties and what have you. We're definitely real active in that market as well.
Well, it seems like it's been more popular in the past few years. The fix and flip market has been quite busy.
Well, it's lucrative. If you've got the right people around you and you can find a good deal, you've got the guys to come in and do the work for a good price. It's incredibly lucrative, and you can make a good amount of money on it.
I know you see those television programs, all the flips, but that's a little different. But when you can, like say, buy a property at a lower price, because a lot of them are low as far as needing a lot of repair.
Right.
And so you can get it at a cheaper price.
Right.
And sell it better. So, well, let me ask both of you here. Do y'all have to go back like ever so often, get so many hours of like in service or extra?
I will speak first to that in the fact that I got mine in '84, so I'm grandfathered in. That's one of the advantages, I guess, of being an old man is the fact that I am not required to take any continuing ed on any of my license, insurance, real estate, or auction. That's not true with anyone that was licensed after 1990, I believe, was when they started requiring. Prior to that, really in insurance, we had what was called a permanent license.
Oh, really?
It was forever, but then legislature decided, I guess, that they needed some money, so in 1990, I believe it was, we have to renew every 2 years at, a fee for it. So, but again, Jacob can speak to what's required of him.
Yeah, we have on both sides, on my insurance licenses as well as my real estate licenses, it's every 2 years, 24 hours worth of continuing education. 3 hours of that's always ethics, and then the rest of those courses will be, specific to real estate or insurance. And it really helps kind of keep you on the ball for what's going on in today's market and helps keep you active.
Well, do the state or federal laws change from time to time when you about realty or insurance? Do they change? In other words, are they telling you, hey, there's a new rule this year you need to learn?
It's not as much of that. It's more so just, if you haven't been as active or if you've been too busy to, look into the books, it kind of keeps you in that space and gets you back to the basics and kind of just keeps you safe.
Well, that's good. And I already had that. How do people get in touch with you? Where are you located, Larry?
We're located on Sprouse Hill Road. I tell people look for Utenville Church sign and go right instead of left. Third driveway is 580 Sprouse Hill Road. And phone number is, of course, 949-6026 is phone number. So.
And y'all I'm assuming y'all staying pretty busy with both aspects, insurance and the realty.
We're staying very busy. Of course, Jacob works in both. Also have Donna Harvey, that's their office manager. Lisa, my daughter Lisa, recently went to work with us. And then we have an office availability in Van Buren County in Tim Harris. It's in Spencer, and takes care of our business in the Spencer area of Van Buren County.
Okay.
So we stay busy, and and enjoy every minute of it. Particularly in this, just helping people at times that's having a problem. And I did talk a little bit about homeowners. Now, we have done some homeowners before. If it's a unique case where they're just having trouble finding homeowners with what we'd say standard market, so to speak, then we can provide quotes on some things that might be a little bit out of line that somebody else just doesn't want to cover. So,
right.
But anyway, again, the government entity business that we do keeps us busy in itself, and then along with the other, and of course, Jacob gets a double dose in the fact of helping as needed in the insurance office and also taking care of real estate.
Well, and that keeps y'all pretty well busy then. It keeps you hopping.
It does, yeah,
And-
it does.
But it's a good thing.
It is, and I still enjoy it. I have a lot of friends across the state, and I guess I'll retire sometime. People will ask me when I'm going to quit, and I say, well, when I look at it as a job, right now I enjoy doing it and still enjoy. So, and then I guess the other thing is, if I was in the insurance office or real estate office, I'd be farming.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I'd rather be in the office with air conditioning than out farming. So, although I do a little farming on the side, so but it does keep us busy. And again, we lose very little business that we write in the fact that we take care of them, provide customer service, and make sure they know what they've got, again, before a claim comes up. So.
Right, and do you sometimes when you look at their policies and maybe things change for them, do you come in and say, hey, maybe we need to look at your policy and change this?
We do, and again, if you would probably do a little more of that if you were doing homeowners and personal car insurance and homeowners and all, at least update values and make sure that you got it covered for what it's worth in case something happens, you got to rebuild. And again, we recommend replacement cost in the fact that if you've got to rebuild, then if you pay insurance, you shouldn't have to come up with much other than a deductible at the time of a loss in order to be able to rebuild what you had previously and be of like kind and workmanship, and in other words, the same thing. So.
Well, Jacob, what got you started in the business? It was something you wanted to do, or is this something?
It was. I started back in college. I had an internship in commercial insurance back in college, and sort of, kind of found a liking to the industry in that regard in that time, and so spent some time there for a little over a year with a company out of Franklin, Tennessee, and then ended up graduating from college at MTSU and went over in Memphis and worked for the Grizzlies over there for a while, and then something was still pulling me back towards insurance and real estate as well, and so my now wife and I moved back over to Chattanooga, and Larry and I got together. I'm actually married to his daughter-in-law, or his granddaughter-in-law. Sorry, his granddaughter-in-law, and so that was the connection there, and I already had the experience in the insurance industry to be able to come in and kind of offer a new sight and new eyes on things, and be able to help in terms of marketing and advertising and things like that, as well as on the sales side. And then I'd always wanted to be a part of real estate as well, and he already had that going, so that was able and available to be active to me. And so from then it's just been head over heels, just running straight forward into it.
Well, good. So he keeps you active on the internet and social media.
Yes, which I can spell computer, and that's about the end of mine. So I do what I have to do. But Jake has brought a lot of new ideas, and again, I guess younger people coming in don't do it like us old people did, and rightfully so at times, because things have changed over the years so much. I remember at one time had a fax machine that people in Dunlap would come down and fax stuff because they didn't have one.
Right.
So that was back, I guess, in the late 80s or so when we got them, and of course now everybody's got one, or either that or basically have gone to the computer and do most stuff online. And that is one thing that's good, though, in the fact that if I'm out of town or on a trip, or for that matter in the middle of the ocean, if I have access to a computer or internet, then I can do work from there as well as if I'm sitting in the office. And that is one advantage of things being online and being able to review and take care of things if you're not available physically, but able to get access to the internet. So that part works good. But Jake has done a really good job of kind of getting us started in the direction that we should be going, and has done a real good job in both of them, the insurance and real estate also.
Well, in the real estate, you don't have to go down to the county courthouse and check everything that's coming up for sale or going to be open. That type of thing. I know that keeps some people busy going down to the courthouse and checking everything. So you can do a lot of things on the internet now and see what's coming up.
Everything's available to you on the internet nowadays. The MLS, we can see anything, and we've got companies like Zillow and Realtor.com that have got houses available that you can sit at your house, and scroll for hours and find the perfect property for you, and it's right there. You don't have to go anywhere to do it. So
I know one time I kept getting some calls from these companies wanting to know if I was interested in selling my property. I thought, how do you know about my property? And then I got to look, and I found it on the internet, and I thought, where'd they get that picture? And they knew where I was located and everything.
Oh yeah.
And so That's interesting how
It
that
is.
works. And
Well, periodically I receive something in the mail where they make an offer on a piece of property that I own, or they say if you're interested in selling the property you have in Bledsoe County, why we'd like to make an offer. And generally, if you're willing to take what they're offering for it, though, you would not have any problem selling it without selling it to somebody that has sent you a letter on it, because generally it's not at a fair market price that's offered for it. But like Jake said, though, Jacob, is the fact that you can look online and just find out so much stuff now that whereas you used to, you would have to go research and look for it now. So
yeah.
So anyway, it's good.
Was there anything you'd like to talk to us about it that we haven't talked about your business?
No, basically, again, just like to express the thank you for having us on, and again, I guess just anybody that looking, and again, maybe to talk just a little bit about health insurance. It's almost a bad word because premiums continue to go up. And it seems like, of course, utilization is part of the problem there. Some of the procedures that a doctor is reimbursed for, the amount they're reimbursed by say, Blue Cross or United or whichever company, has not changed in maybe 10 years. The only thing is, used to, on that particular procedure, you might have 2 out of 10, and now you're having 5 out of 10. So utilization and the fact that people are more inclined to go to the doctor now than they used to be. So I guess using their coverage, but one of the advantages, when we do primarily group, which the real advantage in group is the fact that the owner, the proprietor or owner of the company can mark it off as a deduction or an expense, but then the individual does not have to pay tax on that, so they get that money tax-free. Whatever the employer pays, they do not have to pay tax on that. So therefore, if you're paying, for instance, $200 for a policy, which we'll say probably, let's say $700. If you are doing it on your own, then you got to pay tax on that $700. So you got to make $800 to have $700.
Yeah.
And then, unless you just have an extreme amount of itemized deductions, you will not be able to, on tax for your income tax, will not be able to take that off. And again, you have to make, in some cases 20% or maybe 25% more than what the insurance premium is. So therefore, it's a lot cheaper and a lot better to do a group policy rather than do it individually. And general pricing is a little better too. So we just, of course, naturally welcome to anyone that's looking for a quote, even if they just want to compare what they're paying now. We certainly do a lot of that. Also, I guess, just basically whatever they have insurance need for, then of course just give us a call and we'll work with them. Also, the other big thing that's really come on the front in the last probably 2 years, or certainly now, is cyber liability. And it is going to be on the forefront for a lot of people, because if you have access, if you keep in your computer, in your file, information about people, be it anything from, in some cases, social security numbers, or certainly other things. If you keep that in your computer, then if somebody hacks into that, then you can be held liable for losing someone's personal information, in particular if you get into personal health information and also. So therefore, it's going to be a bigger and bigger thing, and I think at some point will probably be more inclined for everybody to have it, just like general liability and property insurance and the other things than there are now. And I realize there is a cost, although in some cases it can be a very small amount for at least some coverage of some sort in case you have a claim, and it's going to become, again, more and more important to have that. Seems like as we've got a lot of people that are being hacked, and would need that coverage in the event.
Right, I mean, that's important.
It is, absolutely, and not only the third-party liability, but also just restoring your information, and also could be included in that is ransomware and some of the other things where somebody in fact calls and says, we're going to keep you locked up without payment of a certain amount of money, and you think, well, that's whatever, maybe not, but there are some large companies that have had to pay several millions to get their, I guess, get back use or access to their internet site. So anyway, it's going to be more and more important, I think, as time goes on.
And Jacob, you have anything else you'd like to add?
Other than you can find us at SprouseInsuranceGroup.com, Facebook Sprouse Insurance Group, and then the real estate Facebook is Sprouse Realty and Auction. I mean, other than that, that's where you can find us or give us a call.
All right. Hey, we appreciate y'all being with us.
Thanks again
We appreciate it.
for having us on.
Thank you.
And again, you can see our program on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's Channel 18. And until next time, have a great day. Hey everybody, this is Glenn Edison from Valley Views. We appreciate you watching our shows, and we would like for you to like, share, and follow us on Facebook, as well as like and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.